Hello everyone. So in this video I'm doing a quick review of a level 2 EV service equipment. So they basically call it EVSE. Basically it's the charging cable that you plug into your plug-in hybrid or electric car. This one is actually the cheapest one I can find on Amazon. That's level 2, and it provides a 16 amp of charging current. And it's a 220 to 240 volt charger. That's why it's a level 2 charger. My plug-in hybrid car, which is the Honda Clarity, only came with a level 1 charger, 120 volt, I think 12 amp charger. So that thing charges my car super slow. Like basically it takes 12 hours to fully charge my Honda Clarity plug-in hybrid, which have a 48 miles range. And I was looking at a level 2 charger because those supposedly charging my car a lot faster. Even though this is not the fastest charger, it's a 16 amp, and my car actually supports a 32 amp charging rate. So this one is, even though it's not 32 amp, it's still like 3 times faster than my 120 volt level 1 charger. I actually have been using this for, let's say, a couple weeks now, because my company have a level 2, actually my company have a 220 volt plug available at work. So basically every day I go to work, I plug this in. By the way, this is I think NEMA 14-50 plug, and this Duosida actually comes with, you know, a variety of different plugs. So make sure you have the correct plug for either your home or your work. But this 14-50 is probably the most common that you can find at workplace. If it's in your home, you can probably install different plugs for your, you know, charging equipment. And if you have existing 220 volt plugs available, or the lines available, you can probably buy the one that actually came with a similar plug as your, I think, dryer, electric dryer. So, but this one is 14-50. Okay, so it comes with different plugs. And of course, this is a standard, I think what they call the let's see if I can zoom it in, J1772-2010 standard. So basically it's a SAM plug for most of the plug-in hybrids available in the United States. Not with Tesla. Tesla use a different port. And the Tesla actually came with level 2 chargers, so you don't have to worry about that. This is mainly for people who does not have a Tesla and just a regular plug-in hybrid car. You know, standard plug, which is right over here. It's also weather sealed. I think it's rated IP. This thing actually says IP44, at least for this part, I guess. And this thing is actually rated for IP55. Let's take a look at the specs really quick. So this is a Mode 2 EV charging cable, which means level 2. The type, of course, it's a model number from Duosida, and the input is actually 220 volts. Unfortunately, this charger does not support 120 volt adapter, because I tried a 120 volt adapter on the plug, and it does not work. So I don't think this at least this model, it's not compatible with a just regular wall plug. If you plug it into a wall, the light doesn't even light up, so it's not gonna work with 120 volts. But I think some variety, or maybe the upgraded model, actually supports 120 volts. So dual voltage charging is possible if you get the newer one. I'll actually post the link down below in the description, so you guys can get the newest one, which supports dual charging modes. And of course, if you continue to read, this is 220 volt input, and output is 220 volt at 16 amps. Protection, water protection is IP55. Working environment, it says, you know, you have to work plug it into a ventilated environment, because I think it does heat up a little bit when it's working. And reference standard, which is the standard for the actual, like, the port, which is that J1772, I think. And this charger actually comes with a 25-foot cable. It's longer than the standard cable that I have that came with my Honda Clarity, which I think was only a 17-foot or maybe a 20-foot. So this is longer. It actually goes a little further to reach any wall outlets available, which is great. And also comes with a really nice box. Of course, the cat is not included. This is a Hunter. And so the case is really nice. It actually fits all the stuff inside when I actually put it in here and then close the box. So that is quite nice. It actually, my car came with a fabric case for the original charger for my car, and this case is actually nicer. So, and I actually bought this used. I think I spent about $150, and this is definitely the cheapest level 2 charger that I can find on the internet. If your car only came with 120 volts and you have a 220 volt, level 2 port available in your home or at work, this is definitely a great upgrade for charging your car. That is if your car actually supports higher amperage of charging or faster rate of charging. But I think most cars available now actually support 16 amp of charging rate. So this should apply to most of the cars out there. And also it's fairly portable. It's only slightly heavier than my original charger that came with the car. It definitely charges 3 times faster. So my original charger, if I plug into the wall outlet at my work, it takes literally close to 12 hours to fully charge a depleted battery. And when I first got this, I actually depleted my battery again. I had like 3 miles of range left. I went into the work, I plugged it into the wall, and that's in the morning around, I think, 7:20. And by, I think, around 10:20 or 10:30, the car is already fully charged. So it charges really quick. So in about 3 hours of time, it actually charged close to, I would say, 45 miles range on my Honda Clarity. So definitely much quicker. This is great for if you're going to work and you want your car fully charged every day at work. And or, if you're just at home, you plug this in at night and it should charge your car like fairly quick, like less than 3 hours for, I guess, around 50-mile range, like my car, a Honda Clarity. So if you have a car with less range, it should charge even faster. If you have a Honda Leaf or like one of those purely battery-operated EVs, it should also charge your car much faster at, I would say, a 3 times rate compared to a 120-volt charger. So definitely a great investment for any of you out there that's still using a 120-volt wall outlet. It's time to upgrade, and I have to say, like, once you try 220-volt level 2 charging, you never want to go back to 120-volt because that takes forever to charge anything. So actually, in the upcoming week, I'm actually getting a 32 amp level 2 charger, and that thing's supposed to charge my car even faster, like twice as fast as this one. So I think it charges my car in less than 2 hours from a fully depleted battery. So we'll have to test that out when the new charger comes in. But for any of you out there who wants a very affordable level 2 charger, the Duosida is definitely the way to go. There are a few other brands out there that's actually, I think, OEM, also made by Duosida. And it comes in different brands. I'll list a few brands on the screen because I can't recall them right away. All those chargers are less than $200. Now, the reason the charger is very affordable is because it's a 16 amp charger, and it's not the full 32 amp charger, which usually sells for more than $300. Another reason this is cheaper than some of the US offerings locally is because this charger is made in China, and it's not UL listed. So what they say is actually using UL approved components. So that's what this little logo is for. So that means all the components inside is UL approved, but the actual whole package is not UL listed. So the UL lab never tested this this whole setup, but supposedly it should be safe to use because the components inside is UL listed or UL tested. So keep that in mind. If you really want a UL listed charger, you have to spend upwards of at least $300 for a 16 amp charger, and that's usually the going rate for, you know, those more expensive chargers, because the UL testing actually costs a lot of money. So that is also a reason why some of the US offerings are actually much more expensive. So keep this in mind. And from what I read, this thing comes with a 1-year warranty, but the warranty is actually a kind of non-existent from some of the reviews that I've read. So if you get a unit that works, great. You have to, I mean, only time will tell that how long this charger is going to fail. I only had it for a couple of weeks and it's been working great. I had no problems and it's not overheating. So no complaints so far. The front of the charger is actually similar to what I have on the original one. So right over here, it's a Duosida branding, and this is a power button. So when it's connected, I think it's red, it lights up. The connection button, I think it's orange. I believe it's orange. And when it's charging, it flashes blue. So when it finishes, the blue stops. So it's a solid blue. So that means it's stopped charging. I don't know what the color its fault is because it's never light up before. I actually posted a video from when I actually was charging this, when I was actually charging my car using the cable, and a few screenshots from when I started charging and from when the charging is stopped. And it's really charges a lot faster than any of the level 1 charger out there. Another thing, when you get this charger, that actually the newer model was a dual voltage, so you can get an adapter. I'll show you guys the adapter really quick. All right, so here is a adapter that you can get that works with various different 220 volt plugs. So this one is of course for the 14-50 NEMA plug, and that is the same plug that I have over here. So supposedly I can plug this in and then use the other plug, the other end, which is a 15 amp, just regular 120 volt plug for the United States. Supposedly the light should turn on if you have the dual voltage one, but this one, because it's only 220 volt listed, it does not have the capacity, a lower voltage capacity to run this charger at a lower voltage. So unfortunately I wasn't able to test the adapter on this one, but for any of the dual voltage ones out there, you can definitely use those adapters to charge, you know, your car in a level 1 charging station. Now this thing runs a constant 16 amp voltage, so a lot of 120 volt regular wall wall plugs, the wall plates, only have I think the maximum on those wall plates is 15 amp, like some even have 12 amps. So be really careful, make sure the 120 volt plug actually have enough, it's actually rated for at least 15 to 16 amp of charging power, like the electric current. Otherwise the plug is going to overheat and there might be a fire hazard. So definitely keep that in mind. Also avoid using any of the extension cords out there, okay? Because those actually increases resistance, and which in turn increases a lot of heat, which increases the risk of fire. So definitely when you use level 2 to level 1, you know, adapters, those are things you have to consider. And of course they have a lot of warning signs on the thing, you know, just to be extra cautious when you're actually running electric equipments. This is a quick review of the Duosida level 2 charger. This is the 16 amp version, and this is the model number DSS EV16P V3 Again, there are a few different models I believe out there. The newer model actually supports 110 volt level, both level 1 and level 2 charging with a adapter, and usually they come with a whole bunch of different adapters for different wall outlets. So use your best judgment. Never use a underrated wall plug to charge your EV. That's the most dangerous thing you can do because it creates fire hazard. Okay, I have to reiterate the importance of use the correct wall plug to charge your EV. Again, this wraps up the review. So if you guys have any questions about this charger, feel free to ask me in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer for you guys. Otherwise, I hope you find this review helpful. Thank you so much for watching and take care now.